Did you know how to become a millionaire is one of the most searched queries on Google, particularly since the pandemic? The inflation rate in the US recently was north of 8.5%, which is the highest it's been in almost 40 years. With the increased rate of inflation, the economy is becoming poorly impacted. In these crises, everyone's looking for a way to make money. Getting rich is not only a wish of the lower class, but the middle class as well. So let's talk about how to do just that. How do we become wealthy? Most people may start with a simple Google search of the best financial books on how to get wealthy, and chances are you'll come across George S. Clayson's The Richest Man in Babylon. It teaches financial advice in a series of short stories centered around a poor scribe named Arkad, who becomes the richest man in Babylon. Today, we're going to talk about 7 fundamental financial lessons we can learn from this book. Number 1, pay yourself first. This is one of the fundamental concepts in the book. Arkad advocates for always saving a portion of income, even when paying off debt. When you get your weekly or monthly income, you should set aside at least 10% of it. Before you pay any bills or purchase anything for the house, you should pull this money out. This is money you don't touch for anything other than emergencies or investments. This is a difficult action, particularly for individuals who are already living leanly, but you still have to save. Not only will it build the habit of saving, but you'll have some money stashed away for that eventual emergency. So take up a side hustle or freelance gig to add more income if necessary. Number 2, control your expenses. Have you ever wondered why you seem to just never have enough money? We always wish for more money, and when we get it, somehow our expenses silently go up too. Most times, it's the result of lifestyle inflation, and it's essential to understand and avoid in order to generate wealth. Let's say you were used to making toast and jam at home for breakfast, but now, after your promotion at work, you've decided to buy a coffee and croissant to go every morning. This is lifestyle inflation. When your income increases, your expenses also increase, and though this example doesn't seem like a huge deal, it's only one portion of your life. Combine it all together, and it can become a problem. You suddenly want to buy fancier clothes and check out nicer restaurants, but wealth is made by not increasing your expenses so that you can put those extra funds to work for you. So how do we actually control our expense? First, we need to track them and acknowledge what they actually are and if they're necessary. Sometimes you start blurring the lines between wants and needs. Once you've determined what's essential, you can cut down or completely eliminate the others. Essentially, this is living below your means. Number 3, invest. Once you've gotten into the habit of saving 10% and you've gotten control of your expenses, you'll end up with some extra money. This is not money to spend on vacation or to buy your dream car. Instead, this money should be used to make more money. This is your starting point for getting wealthy. Now it's time to invest and then profit from your investment. Find an opportunity to invest in something. It could be stocks, bonds, real estate, a business, or anything that will further your wealth. These opportunities should take advantage of compound interest. This is where your money makes you more money. This way, that 10% you're putting away is multiplying and creating wealth for you. It is actually similar to the way Arkad multiplied his wealth. He gave a loan to a shield maker who bought bronze at a reasonable price and sold the shields for profit. When all his shields were sold, he returned the money and interest to Arkad. This is how Arkad multiplied his gold. Number 4, keep your money safe. The wealth you have begun to create from the ways previously mentioned needs to be protected. Otherwise, there's the potential for it to get lost. Arkad said, "Be not misled by thine own romantic desires to make wealth rapidly." We've all seen commercials and ads claiming they can help you become rich overnight or make money with no money. They're typically scams, gambling rackets, or Ponzi schemes. Besides hitting the lottery, there's basically no way to become rich overnight. It takes a lot of time, effort, and knowledge. You'll fail if you have time and effort, but don't know how money works or where to put your money. You need to know the risks of your investment, acknowledge whether you're investing into something that is safe or not, and if you have knowledge on this investment. He explained this by giving an example of himself. He gave a loan to a brickmaker who's planning to buy jewels and sell them for profit. The man promised to return the loan with half of the profit he would earn. Unfortunately, the jewels were all fake when the brickmaker returned home, and all the money Arkad invested was lost. This is due to the lack of experience. How can a brickmaker know about jewels? Invest in something you know or have experience in. Otherwise, you'll lose the treasure you spent years making. Number 5, be a homeowner. The fifth lesson Arkad gave was to make a profitable investment that is none other than your own home. He said, "I recommend that every man own the roof that sheltered him and his." Now, I'll admit that I don't 100% agree that you need to own a home to become wealthy. But statistics do show that on average, homeowners accumulate more wealth over their lifetimes than renters. This is basically because home ownership is like forced savings. You are required to pay that mortgage and pay down the loan, or you risk completely losing the asset. Buying a home is no doubt expensive at first, but it's an asset that will always belong to you, assuming you don't put yourself into a terrible financial position to purchase it. However, if you are a renter, this doesn't mean you couldn't do the same thing. Instead of putting into this asset, you could put that money into another, like stocks, bonds, or a business. Understand that the true cost of home ownership is often much higher than people think, and renting is not throwing your money away if it helps you become more secure in your financial standing. Owning a home is not worth the stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights if you're not financially ready. Number 6, ensure your future income. Up until this point in the book, Arkad had only suggested how to make and secure money. In his 6th lesson, he suggested insuring some money for the future when you can't work. Obviously, you'll not always be young enough to work hard and make money. There will come a time in your life when you have to slow down or stop working altogether, but still need to spend money. This is called retirement, and you have to be prepared for these days. Make your retirement plan before you retire. It can also help you in case of an emergency or sudden death. Your family will be left with the money you saved for the future when you're not able to make more. Arkad said, "Therefore do I say that it behooves a man to make preparations for a suitable income in the days to come when he is no longer young, and to make preparations for his family should he be no longer with them to comfort and support them." The preferable way to ensure your future income is to save money. You can do this in any number of ways stemming from your previous money-making investments. You can pay for insurance, including life and disability insurance. You can buy and rent out properties that can sustain the family, or you can even live off dividends from your stock and bond investments. Number 7, increase your ability to earn. The last lesson he gave was to increase your earning power. Throughout the book, Arkad has been teaching us the basics of personal finance, budgeting, saving, investing, insurance, and risk. And we know it's easier to become wealthy with $200K than $50K, but if we hadn't learned and built the discipline of these personal finance basics, earning more money won't guarantee wealth. Now that we have the basics down, though, we need to exponentially increase. First, we need to learn more abilities and skills in order to earn more. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men in the world, spends 80% of his working day reading. Even though he's on the list of the 10 most affluent people in the world, he still reads to gain more knowledge. "The more of wisdom we know, the more we may earn," said Arkad. "That man who seeks to learn more of his craft shall be richly rewarded." This is because with more knowledge in a particular area or skill set, you provide more value. And the more value you provide to a potential problem, the more you can charge for your skills. So just as you should pay yourself first, prioritize investing in yourself. Read books, go to seminars, get certifications, learn new skills, do anything and everything you can to increase your value on the market. There you have it, the 7 lessons you can learn from this fantastic book. These straightforward lessons should show that the secrets to wealth building are unchanging and remain the same throughout history. Hopefully, you can see that anyone can work hard, learn from their mistakes, and become wealthy. Out of all the 7 lessons, which point do you think is often misunderstood or ignored by most people? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.